YouTube already. Which I'm just gonna put this preface out here, and this is gonna be live in like just a second. So y'all gonna,
It already says it's live.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, live.
So I think we're getting ready to switch to YouTube, and when we switch to YouTube, we can just go on YouTube, grab the video, post it in ATBA, and then they can go to YouTube and watch it. But I really feel like at this grown age of mine, I'm heading to YouTube. I'm still gonna be on Facebook, don't get me wrong, but these type of conversations, yeah, on YouTube, it's timeless. I feel like. But anyway, how y'all feeling today?
It's Sunday fun day.
Feeling good, feeling good.
Sunday, Monday.
Sunday what?
Sunday, Monday.
Money.
You better say that. I ain't got no problem with no money now. Dr. Sue, how you doing over there in that corner, in that fuchsia?
I'm good. I'm good.
Just that's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, I hit the wrong button. All right, so y'all know it's Sunday night. We always come on. We're a little late today, and that's on purpose because we're all aligned. And tonight, I didn't put the topic on the thing. And if you read it, I don't know the exact words. But you know, like when you go on StreamYard to post something, it'll ask you for a little description. Yep. And my description was, I ain't typing it. Just come see.
I like it.
So I hope y'all showing up to see, because we're going to talk about situationships. What situationships is, we talk about all situations that happens in all types of relationships. So it ain't nothing shiesty, but it's a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. So tonight we're going to be talking about how did I put the topic?
Have I never ever? Have I never?
I never ever. Yeah, that's right. So we were thinking about the game, right?
What are you talking about?
Have I never? Have I ever? Have I never?
Wait a minute. Let me. It's such a tongue twister now.
Right?
Have I never. Okay, hang on. Oh wait, can somebody send that to CC's email?
I don't have it.
You don't have an email? Hang on. Okay, because I got a lot of. I got to figure out how to get this stuff down. But anyway, the name. What did I put it as? I can't find it in the chat. Man, we chat a lot. This is
way too much. Sometimes I feel like it's a novel. When I come back, I'm like, I missed 20 minutes, and there's 150 comments.
Oh my God! I'm like, oh my God. Oh, so here it is. It's never have I ever. That is the topic. Never have I ever. So that's the game. That's that drinking game that it mostly has been a drinking game. And the basis of the game is you have to say something that you've never done. And if someone has done it, they're supposed to drink. So it's a fun game. It's truly a fun game. But sometimes the thing is, you can say never have I ever and still drink, just to see if anyone else has done something that you've done. So just because you say it doesn't necessarily mean you ain't done it.
Now, it's supposed to be an honor system of that you're being truthful.
No, but that's the thing though. If you say it, you still have to drink because you have done it. So it's like a two-edged sword type of situation. You know, you setting them up, but you also paying the consequences. It's fair. It's fair.
Y'all, my mouth is hanging open. I've never played this game. I've never
really?
played this. No.
I've played very PG version of this game before with
I played versions of this game where I had to run around the house in my drawers and I slipped and fell into the pond out back. And I still have the scrape on my knee from when I ran inside laughing about it and then fell down the hallway and got carpet burn on my knee. I still have the scar to this game.
So this is going to be
a vicious game.
You better say what you know and know what you mean. So never have I ever. So Who want to start the thing? Like, let's see who. Somebody in the comments. CC has to send a link to email. Okay, that's right. I got to find the email. See, it's hard for me to do all this. Let's see. All right, so somebody started. So never have I ever would. And then like if someone had done it, y'all got at least tell a story about it. You ain't gotta get nothing. Like, I'm probably setting myself up so big time right now. Like, this is ridiculous. All right, so I'm gonna mute myself so I can get CC this email right quick.
That's hard to see.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
so
talking about
about
some,
situationships. I'll go ahead. So never have I ever had a threesome.
Oops. Oh, you jumping out the gate?
No. I was saying no. I never have. Never have I ever. I never have. You're right. Never have ever. I was drinking because I was already drinking. I was thirsty. I was saying I have not.
They gonna leave me by
That's
myself.
fine.
It's all right.
Yeah, you got yourself on this.
You're all by yourself there.
I have to clarify.
So you drink if you have or if you haven't. You drink if you have.
You drink if you have. Yeah, if you have done what they just
Right.
said. See, she done had that. You ain't by yourself, Tia.
Yeah.
You ain't.
I figured it would be a hot topic, so that's what came to my mind. I was like,
Okay, who want to tell a story about it? Anybody want to tell a story about it?
I'm just gonna say life don't owe me nothing, okay? Life does not owe me, okay?
Oh, God, I love it.
I've been around a few places and done a few things, and hey, I'm just gonna say I live with no regrets, okay?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm
I'm just gonna keep it very short and sweet. I was invited to a couple's party. I'll put it that way.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know it was going to be that type of party, but hey, it is what it is, and we had time that night.
A time was had.
Yeah.
Where's her email? I don't know what her email is.
I text her.
I was invited to a couple's home, and that's all I'll say.
I got invited one time by a friend. She told me that her husband told her that for his birthday, he wanted me.
Oh,
so
wow.
we were out at a bar and we were sitting there talking, and then she just like kisses me, and I'm like, wait, what? Okay, this is like really weird. And then I look over at the husband, he's like smiling at me and everything, and I'm like, I gotta go.
Yeah, no.
What type of conversations are y'all having about me when I'm not around?
That part.
Yeah.
It's like when here's a serious note. When you are in a relationship with someone, committed relationship, and you invite a third party in, then you have to be really, really, really careful about not just about the person that you're inviting in, but about your partner, because people catch feelings.
Absolutely.
And then what started out as fun can go a whole different way that you didn't even imagine. So as a result of being invited into this relationship, I was the outside person coming in. I embarked on an 8-year relationship, which ended in a divorce for the other person, for the couple. So it's like one of the things I said before when the invitation
clean up woman.
Well, when the invitation was extended, I said, "Are you sure? You sure?" Listen, you can never predict how these things go because people catch feelings, and when they catch feelings, if your relationship is weak, it will crash and burn. And that relationship was weak. It had crashed and burned before the weekend was over. We just didn't know it. So,
Dr. Sue.
Yes. Hey, real conversations about real situations. That's what we having tonight. Okay?
That's what we have every night. Every night, every morning, every afternoon.
So be careful what you do. Be careful who you invite in, because if you don't have your stuff 100 plus, the cleanup person will come in and clean it right on up, right
If
up
it-
under you, and you won't
even
even know.
if you who do, even if you do got your stuff 100%, if they don't, it's still gonna crumble. That's why I ain't never done it. I know better. That's one thing. That's like that iron being hot. I ain't gotta see. I ain't gotta go see. I ain't gotta touch it. I seen you the way you did that. No, I ain't gotta touch it. Nope,
I'm
sure
right there
don't.
with you, Carrie.
That ain't never worked for nobody. That don't even work for poly people. Let's be real. Like, tell me, okay, I know a lot of y'all know poly people. I know poly people. And I've seen poly situations work, but it ain't never steady. It's always transferable. It's in and out. It's still in and out.
There's an echo.
I don't know. Did you hear somebody else go ahead and talk?
Testing.
I'm like, go ahead, talk.
Testing.
Who's
And they're all-
talking?
Carrie, or is it everybody? It's just Carrie.
That's what I was trying to get to. I'm like, let's see who that's talking.
It might not be gone.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
We
hear it
scare
now.
it off with our conversation.
Maybe.
What's happening, y'all?
I don't know.
It's
But
too
to
much
go in
energy in the
there,
air.
to go in there with did you say Tina?
I said too much energy in the air.
That's what it is.
But to go along with what Dr. Sue said, I've seen situations like that where you bring a third person in and they have a different energy, and someone in their relationship is attracted to that energy, and it changed the dynamic of their relationship. So now it's either I want to do something with just you, not all three of us together. It's a lot of stuff that goes on with it. So you gotta be careful, like Dr. Sue said. And if you're gonna go into it, be open to the consequences that's gonna come with it.
You can never predict what the end is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You're doing something for excitement, something that you want to explore. And in the situation that I was in, it was the husband wanting to explore, but it was the wife that walked away.
Well, my personal opinion is like, especially if like you're in a committed relationship and then you decide to invite a third party in, your relationship's already over. Your relationship's already dead. You're having to call and bring someone in to spice up your relationship to add some type of excitement because you all are not connected on that level anyways at the moment. So you have to bring something new, like a new puppy into the picture. And it's not going to work.
That's true.
I agree.
I've done all three ways. I brought somebody in that I trusted, and the trust stayed there. She had a tried to go around her. She was like, "You done lost your damn mind." And she snitched. And then I had the other situation.
I think the echo's Tina.
Huh?
I think the echo's on you, Tina.
I think it might be StreamYard.
It's StreamYard because it was rotating. It was just on you a second ago.
Okay.
Yeah, because I could hear when Megan was talking too. It may be StreamYard. See, that's why I'm saying if we narrow it down to just YouTube, I tell you what, everybody on Facebook, if you on Facebook, you gotta come to YouTube because I think it's just too much going on the thing. Let me close
Or
this.
maybe mute our mic while somebody's talking.
Yeah, that always works, but I just
Okay.
sometimes we forget to mute the mics. So I'll leave it for now. We'll just if you're not speaking, just have your mic muted. Cool.
Cool.
What was you saying, Megan, about was Tina talking? Tina had just said, yeah.
Tina was sharing.
Say what you were saying again.
I was saying that I've been in a situation where I brought somebody in and she was trustworthy and he tried to go behind my back and do something with her without me, and she snitched on him. And so that didn't work. But then I also had somebody that I brought in that our foundation, like somebody said, I think Dr. Sue said it earlier, the foundation already wasn't good. So when I brought her in, or I thought I did, but apparently it's a plot, but that's a story for another day. When I did they both got together and booted me out. But then I also have dated a couple where their foundation was rocky. And me being the person that I am, I quit messing with both of them because I was like, separately, they each telling me something that they not happy with their spouse. And they want me, they're like, but when we're with you, we don't do that. But see, I don't want to be a mediator. I want to have fun. That defeat the purpose of doing that situation. I don't want to be your mediator and your therapist. No. So I agree with what Dr. Sue said.
Mm-mm. That's new. It wasn't never for me. I knew. I know. It is just not for me. I'm an Aries. I am an Aries. I do not share. When I have a sexual encounter, I don't care if it's a one night stand or if it's in a relationship. I want to be there. Like I want, it's like it's like all of it. Like leave. You know how they say in basketball, leave it all on the court. That's how I am. Like I could, I just want to be completely and utterly centrally focused, and I just couldn't split my energy in a situation like that. I wouldn't even want to split my energy in a situation where I'm having sex or making love or fucking, no matter what the category it's in. I want to be focused. That's where I want to have a good time. I want to play. I want to have sex.
That's a great point of the splitting of the energy, because I'm right there with you, Carrie, on it. It's like I want that one person, and that's where my direction and my energy, everything is focused.
Yeah. What about you, CC? You late to the polygamy party? No. We actually are talking about threesomes. We're not talking about polygamy. That was just a analogy I was using, a metaphor I was using, whatever. But we were talking about like never ever ever had a threesome, and we had to say if we had it, we hadn't. So then we got on the topic of why did you? What was the experience like, and so on and so forth. And we all agreed they don't work if the foundation ain't strong. But my question was, have you ever found one that was strong enough? And my closest example was polygamy. So, have you ever had a threesome?
Never had
No.
a threesome.
You
I
ain't got
don't
a
like
drink.
to share. I don't like to share. I'm
No.
sorry.
Yeah. I'm fine. I'm good.
Mm-mm.
All right. So anybody else got a never have I ever? Anybody come up with one?
Well, I just want to say that I had it because I'm just a curious person. And I wanted to know, how does the other half live? Right. And I saw. I came, I saw, I went.
I have a really, really good friend that pops on here from time to time. That wanted to go to a swingers bar when we were younger. We were like, oh God, we were probably like 30, something like that. And she tried to get me to go to a bar. It was a swingers club. And when I found out what it is, I was like, I cannot believe you did not tell me what we was going. I got to go. I got to go. I thought we were gonna come out and play some pool, have a couple of beers, leave people titties out. Like, no, I got to go.
Well, I'm gonna give you a warning. When
There
we go
are
on this
balls
cruise,
going in holes and sticks.
I'm gonna give you this warning. When we go on this cruise, if you see someone wearing pineapples, get ready.
Listen. When I tell you, after that experience with her, I researched it because I'm like, I would never be duped. There's got to be some type of way to tell. And I found, and I looked it up. And this is back in, golly, probably 2009. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even
I
know
found
there
out
was swingers.
I found out about the pineapple thing because of my ex parent in laws.
Yeah,
I one day was
that's
like, "What's up with all the pineapples?" And
Tell me about
the ex mother in law, because well in the South, a lot of people decorate with the pineapples. I didn't think anything about it. I was very naive to that situation and stuff. And I just one day made the comment. I was like, "What's up with the obsession with pineapples? Like, why do you like pineapples?" And she was like, "I'm a swinger." And I was like, "Wait, what?"
You just came right out and said it, huh?
Well, I just wanted to be. I just thought it was a decoration thing. I thought, just no, 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 and that was just like, and I just literally walked out of the kitchen. I did not want to converse anymore about that conversation. I didn't want to know anything about that conversation, and I was just like, what the hell? Like, no, we're done.
You know. I'm thinking myself. I think I might get me a shirt just to see what happens, just for the fun of it. Just wear a shirt and just walk around like, oh, okay, and see what kind of attention I get. Because I mean, I don't know. I think they're amazing, interesting situations. And I'm a people person. I'm a voyeur, so I just want to sit and experience what's going on. So I don't know. I don't have any pineapple shirts. I think I'm gonna get one.
He did like this. He said, "Huh, let's see."
See how many people approach you. You'll have to have a notebook with you and be like,
Listen, I'm a phone recording. Like, okay. Side note too, I have been on a cruise and been approached by a couple several times. So, and I didn't have any pineapples. They didn't have any pineapples, but we were hanging out, having a good time. It's like, hey, you want to come party with us? And I'm like, what kind of party? And I need to know all the details before I go because I'm not trying to set myself up. But yeah, it happens a lot.
Well, look, we're going to have a code word because if you don't get up in one of these people placing this cruise now, and I got to come bust down the door, I'm not going to look for you for longer than 30 minutes. After that, I'm going to call the car. I ain't going to give up on them. I need help. I'm 45, okay? If I can't find you in 30 minutes, I'm about to call security. So if you want to get security called on your ass, go on with the pineapple.
Karen, not to cut you off, but we have a new guest here.
Yeah, I saw Khalid.
She is quiet right now. Can you introduce yourself, Ms. V?
I am Miss V. I am CC's sister, older sister at that. So she's been planning to put me on for a minute, and so today I said something to her. I was like, "Look, hey, put me on the part. I want to be a part of this." So here I am, y'all. So I am here, and then she put me on Front Street, really.
Why you ain't on the camera?
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, I can put you on camera. I'm sitting outside on my patio, but I can put y'all on camera.
Get on camera.
Why?
Welcome.
I'm the baby, y'all.
Megan said welcome.
You see what we go
through? So how many siblings y'all got?
5.
And you're the youngest?
I'm the youngest.
Okay. Mm-hmm. When I tell y'all them smoothies so far, ain't so good. Did you see I just chugged that smoothie?
Yeah, I was gonna say you just chugged that. You just don't want to answer no more questions.
I'm almost about to run downstairs because I made like 6 of them. I'm about to run downstairs and get another one. So where you at, V? Where you at in the world? Oh, you muted.
I'm in Albany, Georgia.
Okay, Georgia.
Yes, I'm Georgia. Georgia Peach girl.
Where y'all from though? Where y'all from?
Originally from Tifton. Tifton, Georgia.
Got it. That's what's
right up. I'm from the South.
Don't forget to mute when somebody talking, y'all, because I said an slight echo again. Yeah, because I wasn't muted. I was actually talking. I had muted myself so hard. Look, CC, you already know what I'm about to say to you. I need your address because you didn't send me your address.
Oh, okay.
You know why. I gotta send you something.
Okay. I got you.
Okay. Anybody else got a never ever be? You got a never have I ever?
Have you ever?
Have you ever played the game? First of all, you need me to explain the game.
Yeah.
Are you talking to me?
Yep.
Oh Lord, wait a minute. Have I ever what now?
Okay, so we're playing a game.
Okay, so I think I hopped in before my sister hopped in. I heard something.
So Miss V, the question of the day is, have you ever had a threesome?
Okay, so I'm grown. I'm every bit of
all right now.
So yes, I have. My sister does not know that. So look, this is
listen.
She does now.
She knows now. But yes, I
have. Dr. Sue, like that lady you follow.
I have. And I did it because at the time my boyfriend, he was into that life. and I wanted to be a part of. You know how sometimes we conform to what they want us to do, and so I did. Now, would I want to do it again? Probably not. But I did it. Curiosity, like, as they said, if you all, we have all said we are all curious about certain things. So yes, I was curious as how it was. Um, that's a whole nother beast. You got to be sure, you got to be really confident in yourself and in your relationship to be able to do that.
Yeah, I think that's been the consensus right there. It's about what the foundation look like, what you
It's
got to
about
add on top. You can't keep adding on bricks to a house that's got a foundation that's only supposed to hold a certain amount of weight. You got to work on the foundation before you start piling stuff on. Especially bringing other people in and their energy and all they past
all
and
that.
they
Yeah.
stuff. And then their preferences. Like, don't get me wrong. I think it's good to explore. But just think about someone in a threesome bringing something into the relationship sexually that you don't want to do. And now they're out of the picture. They gonna live in a good swing of life, and you in your relationship with your swinger guy, then they or girl, whoever, and then they want you to be doing some stuff that just ain't your thing. Hey, it happens. Anybody else got a never have I ever? I ain't came up with one yet.
Never ever have I faked the orgasm.
I think we all done that now.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Perfected it.
I was married.
Now I ain't never.
Yeah, I was too. I was married. Yeah, I'm with Megan on that.
Is that a hurry to get it over with? I'm done. Can we just be finished?
Oh God!
No, what was that movie where? Oh, I can't even think of it. But the woman and the man are in the restaurant, and he's saying that that she couldn't fake an orgasm and and fool him.
Meg Ryan.
Yeah.
She started going.
When Harry Met Sally, is that the name of the movie?
I ain't never seen that.
Yeah.
Never seen that.
Whatever she's got, that's what I want.
But men fake orgasms too.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. It happens all the time.
That's his way of not saying he has too, but saying, yeah, because I've done it.
I drunk my cup.
What you drinking, Dion? What you drinking?
Wait a minute.
Well,
why is it that Dion and I the only ones drinking?
I drank.
Right up in here. Okay.
I'm drinking my bottle.
I'm drinking.
Yeah, we all got a drink. We ready.
We all got water.
Yeah, you can tell our age bracket.
Got my coffee.
I'm drinking my butterfly pea flower tea.
Nice. Yeah, I'm about to get me another smoothie here in a minute. All right, anybody got it? Never have I ever? Anybody else?
I don't.
So Tina, you said men fake orgasm. Tina.
Yeah, they do.
How does that work?
How does that work though?
I done had some that they say they my homeboy said they leave the condom on and they try. Well, let me go throw this away.
Oh,
Ain't
okay. Oh, okay.
And if they ain't, usually if you're really wet, they'll say they did, but they be like it wasn't that much.
Okay.
Or
here's
Well, let's ask the guy. Let's ask the guy since he says he has faked the orgasm. Dion, how exactly have you faked your orgasm before?
I can't.
She said exactly.
I can't speak on everybody's behalf. I know that one of the times that I did it, I just know how to make my penis pulsate. And then I was like, oh, you go through the motions, all that stuff, and then it is what it is. So, yeah. There's situations where I've seen some people, not me, but I've seen some people make sure that it's dark, so just in case, they need to fake that type of thing, they're like, oh, no, I gotta go to the bathroom, I gotta pee, or some reason to get away, and they can dispose of whatever it is they're trying to pretend that they have that they really didn't do. So it's a lot of different ways to do it. I'm not an expert, but I do know and have seen multiple things. And then, a lot of times, they do that in the same thing in porn. They'll fake it in porn, so.
So here's the question I have. Why? But why, y'all? Why the fake?
Well, for me in my situation, for me in my situation, I just wasn't feeling the person. They changed, and it's just like the vibe wasn't there. And I was just like, I really don't want to do it, but they were so hell bent on it. And we were in a situation, not necessarily a full relationship, but we were in a situation. I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it, but then this is going to be the last, let me go ahead and end this. So it was just like, kind of like for me, like, this is your last hurrah. You wanted it, here you got, but I'm not going to give you what you really want. And I just don't.
Well, why did you say that you had fake one, Dr. Sue?
Yes, sir.
Why would you say you did?
Because I was tired. I was done. It's like, can we just finish this? This is taking too long.
Yeah.
I'm no longer interested. I am ready to move on to something else. Okay, you still here?
Especially when it's been kind of mundane, like the same thing. It wasn't nothing exciting about it. So it wasn't nothing to get you from one place to another. And you stayed in one place. And it's just like, this ain't it. This ain't it. And I know in order for me to, we're going to have to do this for 3 more hours. And I just can't even stay. I can't stand
that part.
The same rhythm. And you think you're doing something. Okay. So you're just wearing on my nerves.
And my skin.
Y'all have me saying damn mistakes on here, things I never thought I'd be saying in public.
That's what makes it so fun, because when you reach that age where you can say stuff and you don't really care what anybody think about it, like if you don't like it, just turn the channel. It's not like I'm talking to you. You're not held captive here. But we gonna have a good time.
We didn't say your name. We didn't say your name.
Yeah, we didn't say your name. Oh goodness. Okay, I'm trying to. Okay. Anybody got anything come up with anybody? Or even if it's a random topic, a spin-off or something somebody said. If anyone want to elaborate on anything.
Well, on the faking of the orgasm, and we talk, like Dr. Sue, you sit here and say the same things on TV, online and stuff, that you would never normally say. Well, these are conversations I think that people need to have, because there are so many people that really are into these situations, but for me in my younger days, because, you're supposed to, that's how you like made a guy or something like that, make them feel better about themselves. Well, I never, and to be truthful, I never actually had I had my first orgasm only a few months ago. So all these years I faked it. And then like when I was married, I was like, I ain't faking this crap anymore. Did I enjoy the sex? Of course, because sex is enjoyable. But did I actually have the orgasm? No, I didn't have the orgasm. And so that was my first experience. And now there's so much more behind that, I think, too. Like for me, like I had never had it, because in being truthful and honest with myself, it was the safety of the partners that I had. It was the safety. And so therefore I couldn't relax. I couldn't fully enjoy. So therefore I never had a climax. I would just go through the motions, because this is what you're supposed to do. I was married or, in long-term relationships and stuff like that. So I was just going through the emotions, which says, there's a lot more again to that. But we have to be able to sit down and divulge with ourselves of why do we do this? Why do we not and be open and honest of whether we have orgasm? Why are we faking it? God, and we're single, all these, why are we faking orgasms for people? Why are we pleasing? Yeah. Is it insulting? No, it's not insulting if a person does it, because sex isn't supposed to be about just climax. It's supposed to be about the joy, and it's about the pleasure and everything like that. So yeah, let's have that conversation.
And I got a question right there in that conversation. So my question to y'all is, if you were in a committed relationship and you truly loved them and you enjoyed sex, but you did not have an orgasm, would you stay?
I think in that situation, I think you can have, if you love each other, you can have that conversation to help each other to be able to make the orgasm. But if you have the conversation, you all attempt things and then it doesn't, no, because I still kind of think that's your body telling you like, go on.
Okay. Anybody else? Would y'all stay? Or would you like kick rocks? And not in a disrespectful way, but I gotta go.
But I think that I would want to have the conversation. I like communication. I want to have the conversation. What I don't want you to do is what do you call it? Where you make it feel, you try to make me feel like it's my fault that you can't have an ejaculation, and I've had that happen, right? So if we are in a committed relationship, let's be honest, let's be transparent, let's talk about, well, what exactly is going on here. And if you can't have those conversations, then again, you have to question, or I have to question the foundation of the relationship. Because for me, if we can't have that deep conversation, it's not going anywhere. We may have sex, we may have that shifts it from a love making to just having sex and get it over with. I think, speaking to something that you were saying, Megan, I think that both for men and for women, there is a societal expectation that you're supposed to show up a certain way. And one of the reasons that we are not honest about not having the orgasm is that I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to. I don't want to bruise your ego, because like when men are in the act and they're saying something like, "Is it good to you, baby? Is it good?" Ego is totally on the line, right? And what if you say, "Well, no, not really." But women do the same thing, right? Because we want to know that we got to hopping and popping. And if it's not popping, if you're not squeezing it, it's like you can't get into the it because you're worried about, what is he thinking? What is he thinking? And so these are internal dialogues that I've had. I don't know about y'all, but these are internal dialogues that's going on when you're supposed to be fully present. In the present is where the present is. But if you're in your head thinking about, is it good to her? And comparing yourself to who you think she may have been with or he may have been with before you, and trying to see based on my response to your is it good, if you're trying to see whether you measure up, that's fuck, y'all. That's why it's like, can we just get this over with and keep it moving? That's my take.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head when you said don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, because it is, you feel that ego, because pleasure is within the id mainly. It's the pleasure principle, so it's attached to the ego. It's not even ego, it's like the ego's little sister, little brother, like the younger sibling even. And but yeah, it is what it is, because I'd rather, to be honest, I would rather, especially for someone, if you're already having sex, you have some level of trust, there's some level of respect, there's some level of obligation, if you're already in that situation. So it's just like, I introduced this situation, I am a willing participant, and for this to climax, we both have to agree, but also for this to end, it has to agree. And if I choose not to climax to get this to end, then hey, it just is what it is, because this coming to an end sooner or later, and I want to make it sooner than later. Because right now is not the time to have a conversation about this ain't it. I don't want to have a conversation about the fact that you ain't good while having sex. Why are we having sex? Absolutely not. Maybe the next time, because if I'm willing to try it, maybe the next time beforehand, then yeah, like before we have sex, can we try such and such? You know what I mean? Throw something in there so that you can maybe try to coach them in a certain direction and maybe pull away from another direction. But after that, I just feel like if you can't really communicate what you want versus saying you don't please me, I gotta go. I gotta go. Because if I say I don't like go to the left and you steady at the right, I mean, you ain't listening no way. What does it matter?
Well, even that opens up a whole conversation, because when you, I think, I don't know how much things have changed now, but as I look back over my life and back over the history of women, right? Women were programmed not to enjoy sex. You were just supposed to be, in essence, to be a receptacle for the husband when he decided that he needed to have release. And so many women, it's not that they can't have orgasm, but it's that it's the programming that's running in their mind. You got to interrupt the programming in order for them to, well, they have to interrupt the programming in order to be relaxed enough to have that orgasm. But if you and remember, and I'm assuming that this still happens sometimes, that women are called frigid because they don't respond. Well, when you've programmed me just to lay there like a brick, what the hell do you expect?
A
What do you expect?
brick.
I'm just saying, if some people, there are a lot of different descriptors for a woman who, and I assume a man too, I don't know, but who is not really responsive, who's not really free doing that intimate act. But if you've got a programming running in your head that tells you you're not supposed to be free, that tells you that you're just supposed to tolerate whatever, then you're not going to reach that point of orgasm, because the programming is not to reach orgasm, but just to tolerate, if that makes sense.
It makes sense. Somebody must have broke that generational curse for me a long time ago. Cause I don't know. I guess because I'm such a sensual person. I love touch and tight and compressed type of making love. It's not like no on top of me riding, bent over. No, I'm like tight. I like tight love. Like make it. So if that doesn't do it, it ain't no amount of coaching, no amount of penetration, no amount of tricks, no amount of toys that's gonna do it. Because if the energy's off, it's just everything's off. So I guess like that and that. I don't think I've ever really had to fake sex more than a couple of times with anybody, just because it got to the point where I saw that energetically I wasn't being pulled or guided or merged or nothing. There's different kinds. Like, we put it in, categories of sex and romantic and fucking whatever. But if it's not something that's ignited in a certain kind of way, no. Yeah, I can't do it.
But I think that what I was saying, I think that's why sex therapists are still in the business of coaching or whatever, because there are a lot of people, and I think men and women who, and not just men and women, but by whatever label they consider themselves, transgenders, who also are at a point of, there is a disconnect between their mind and their body. And when there's that disconnect, then regardless of what the other person is doing in that way, if you can't connect with your body, then you're never going to be able to have an orgasm.
I agree with what Dr. Sue is saying in every way. But it's also recognizing and knowing those symptoms and knowing different things about, your body. I think that helped. But, I was never present. And the reality of it, because I was always off thinking about something else. And I think a lot of what a doctor said too, of the programming, religion programming of, for a female, to want sex, desire sex. And I'm a Scorpio. So, desire, you're a whore, you're a sex. And so sometimes it's like, and then when you go to feed into those desires, that programming comes back into your head and like stops it of like, no, because then, oh, what if this, even if you're in a relationship, and I even think of loving and committed, it's that judgment of that we end up putting on ourselves of, oh, well, is this person going to think I'm a whore? Oh, is this person, if I indulge into what my actual desires and my needs are, there is so much shame, and it's still around, even as much of a sexual society as we have become. There is still, I think, so much shame that is centered around when it comes to sex and having sexual desires. And especially if you're a woman, then you're labeled in society. And it's we having to program, it's us having to undo that, and it's us having to step in to accept of that, no, we are sexual creatures, we are animals, to our core, we are nature. This is what we are supposed to do. So it is coming. And I mean, these are conversations that through my own process and like through my own journey of healing, and even with the sexual stuff, these are conversations that I had to have with myself, is that it was okay for me to be sexual. It was okay for me to want all this stuff. It was okay to do all this stuff and to allow me, and that there was no judgment, and who cared if anyone judged me? It was my judgment. So it was really all these years, as I say, the safety, but it was, I didn't trust myself, and it wasn't the safety. I didn't feel safe in my own body, in my own skin. And I had to do a lot of work to be able to get there, to be able to then, achieve that orgasm.
And to jump into what you're saying, Megan, you hit a lot of good points there. I know when I think about it, like growing up, there was always the programming of the rules and regulations of what you're supposed to do. And like a lot of times, even from a male perspective, there are certain things you're supposed to do. They talk about, this stroke game or this and that. It's like all this program, you're thinking about all these things that you got to do. But it's at the same time, for me, it's the communication. Everybody's going to be different. If I'm with this person, I'm with that person, what we do together is going to be different. And, there's no one solution. I don't know where everyone gets their programming from. Some people at young ages are exposed to porn. Some other ones have watched other things, and some other people read books. However, we're taught sex and program that into our head. And it's like, if you can't understand it for yourself, like, even with religion, masturbation, you're not supposed to masturbate. But, how do you learn yourself? How do you, there's no book of this is what you're supposed to do and all that stuff. It's this hearsay, she say, society say type of stuff. And I think there's a personal journey for everyone. And once you get into that and you start getting to that person, like Carrie said, you get into being there in that present, and you learn and you communicate, and then you come back and think about, I like this, I didn't like that, what can I do differently? You really start analyzing those things. Then you start breaking yourself out of programming so that you can be relaxed enough to have a climax. Because sometimes, that's what it is. I've had times where I didn't climax because I wasn't relaxed. I was too tense, trying to make sure I took care of that person, make sure that, okay, they like this, they like that. It wasn't about me, but I couldn't relax myself to enjoy it myself. So I'm not sure if they enjoy it. They act like it. They could have been faking for me. I don't know. But it's that communication that you got to have and break out of that program that we have. I mean, even now, I still have programming, and I have to talk to myself sometimes, like you say, why did I do this? What was that about? What did I accomplish from this? What did I like? What I did all the time. It's a constant cycle for me to get better at what I'm doing. And it's just like, even where I'm at now, these last couple of weeks, it's just like, I'm learning new things about myself to this day. I'm like, oh, I didn't know I liked that. Oh, I didn't know I still could do that. It's just, it's a learning process, and I love it. It's beautiful.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
he been getting some action for his birthday. I ain't gonna put you
all week. It's been a different experience.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Oh, and I just love y'all for all the comments everybody said. Like, in some way, I can just relate to all of it. And it's like Dion said, it's just so situational. But it really does all dive back into how well do you know you, and how much you willing to put up with, and how do you want to get out of this situation, and what conversation do you want to have, and what's worth it, what ain't. It's so many situations in relationships. Hence, situationships. Anybody else got a never have I ever? Anybody? I keep thinking of ones, but it's ones that I've done. So I'm like, well, they told me not to do that.
Yeah, I'm too old for one now. So.
I know, like I can't even think of it. Not like you know what I mean? Because there's been some things y'all came up with some stuff that I haven't done, but I can't seem to think of anything I haven't done. You know what I mean? Somebody come up with something. I'm just gonna say one I done. This was easy. Y'all, probably everybody done this. Never have I ever had sex outside in the outdoors.
You ain't never. Oh my God.
Now I have. That's what I'm saying. I can't think of nothing. I drank my little water.
Yeah.
Drink my little water.
My throat got dry on it now.
I think the fun of the outside is figuring out ways to not get caught.
Mm-hmm.
Outside sex,
or not caring, or not caring,
but to me, it's such a seductive thing. To me, it is a massive turn on. Like, being able to have sex outside and like holding each other and touching each other, and no one else has a freaking clue as to what's going on, and like we are just like enjoy. Yeah, it's a massive turn on to me.
What about in the rain?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Outside in the rain.
I was just
Yes.
about to say the rain.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The beach, on the beach.
Never
Yes.
on the beach. Never on the beach.
Oh, absolutely.
Air,
Never on the beach,
ocean.
though.
Now I would love to do that on the beach.
Yes. Oh my God.
I have never done it, but I would love, because I'm a beach
Listen.
girl.
Yes,
I would
am.
love that.
A lot of towels. Of towels, okay?
Okay.
Because you know,
Sand
sand
goes
is
everywhere.
difficult.
Sand.
Okay.
With the rocks,
And,
fishing, and
not
sharks.
only that, it's really hard on your skin chafing. If you got to use it underneath to hold you up at all, it's gonna feel like blankets, lots of blankets.
What about the salt water? Won't that?
Well, I mean, that's in the water. I hope you ain't laying. I mean, I have, but standing up, not laying down. You're not laying in the water.
Okay.
Just saying. Yeah. I lived at the beach for 16 years, okay? There was a lot happened at the beach. I lived there, you know. I'm trying to give explanations.
Well, I've never been at the beach. I've had the pool experience, and I've been out in the wilderness, in the forest. I'm just saying, ain't nothing like it.
The call of the wild.
Look, I think that forest thing was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
I'm jealous too.
It is so freeing to feel the wind on your skin and just to hear the birds chirping and your body is doing that thing. You're tingling all over. Y'all, gotta try it.
I second Dr. Sue on that one.
My cabin in the woods. Yeah, it's on my brain. Yeah.
Life don't owe me nothing, y'all. I'm just saying.
Nothing. You hear me? Nothing.
I'm just gonna tell this story, and it's not about me. That's why I'm jealous. Because not too long ago, about a month ago, I was on a date with one of my friends, and we were just walking around, me and him, and we were walking. And we got down. We were in Fort Washington. I think it's Fort Washington Park, where they got like all the forts, the original forts when the war and all the stuff was going on. And we saw this guy, this girl coming down. She's like, "Oh, this place is beautiful." Me and him walking around, exploring the forts and going through, looking at the different, like we got the ocean, not the ocean, the river and all that stuff. And we were walking back, I looked up there and I saw they had went up to like this little building up there. And I was just looking, I was like, are they doing what I think they're doing? And my friend, he confirmed, he's like, did you see that? And I'm just like, yeah, and I'm jealous. And they were getting it. And I'm just like, Tag, I'll turn, y'all gotta go.
You should have given them the score.
Right. You know what? I should have. Like, get it harder.
Dion come running up with a pineapple.
Like, Tag, my turn. But yeah, the rain. I've done the rain. Haven't done the beach. I've done various places. Just haven't been that open in the free like that, like they were. I mean, it was a nice, beautiful, sunny, warm day with a breeze. It was perfect, and I didn't take advantage of it. I'm like disappointed myself.
Throw out you think your most random place.
Give me a couple of minutes because I got a lot to think of.
Take your time. Take your time, King. Take your time.
I will say, I think in the hospital washing room of my friend's little brother was in the hospital, and we were there overnight to be there with his little brother. And we went into the wash bathroom in that room. I think that was probably the most random.
That's pretty good.
Things. I mean, the nurses could have came in anytime. I didn't really care at that particular point because I was in love at that point. That was one of my first loves. So it was what it was. But yeah.
Yeah. Love will make you do that, especially young love too. You just be ready to do it.
What? We were like our early 20s. Yeah. That was fun times. Dang, man, that's 23 years ago. Jesus. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Young love make you stupid.
Yeah. I'll take that stupid at least one more time.
Hey, I ain't complaining. I'm just saying.
Oh God! Now you know I got to ask Tina. Tina, what do you think is the most random place?
I got
Wait a minute, you got a
I
what?
you know
You
I was gonna say the most unexpected place was in the in the in the courthouse bathroom with one of the inmates. Uh-oh.
I didn't see that shit coming. I didn't see that
I
coming
didn't see
at
that
all.
one. I was kind of like when you said at the courthouse, I was like, ooh,
Real
the
quick.
bathroom.
plain clothes or jumpsuit?
The jumpsuit.
Did not see that coming. Okay, all right, Tina.
I love it. Ooh,
You
I
finna go
love
to
it.
jail. You finna go to
I told
jail.
y'all my book is coming. I gotta get the stories in there,
You finna go to jail. You ain't
Listen, I hope the statute of limitations have run.
Right.
Were you his
She
last
good.
life visitor?
Huh?
What type of visitor were you of his? The last one for a while?
Uh, it was just a gentleman that it was a gentleman I was seeing, and he had gotten what do you call that when they
Arrested?
can work outside the jail? No, when they could work outside the jail. Anyway,
Elite?
they're like a
Trustee.
trustee or
Trustee on
whatever.
work.
He had detail.
He had detail, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, so they would take him out and they would take him up to the courthouse and they leave him up there to go, work. So one time I just drove from Dallas to that little town and met him up there so that we could have a good time.
She said so we could. Yeah.
Was it worth it? I mean, was it?
Yeah.
She said, was it worth it? Was it good?
Why you think I drove down in the first place?
That was a diversion, Gary.
I was scared too. It took a lot of. I'm like, I don't want to go to jail. They're gonna be like, "What you in here for?" For driving down and getting some ding-a-ling. No, don't want to go to jail. Yeah.
Get ding-a-ling.
You know what? It brings me back to something. When my ex-husband was in on detail at a place when he was in prison, we had sex on a bed of ants.
Mm-hmm.
My back was ate up.
You did what? Wait a minute. Y'all know we sisters. So I said you did what?
We had sex on a golf cart, but we was on the ground, ended up on the ground in a bed full of ants.
What?
Ants. Fire ants.
Fire ants.
I'm hollering in the woods.
I think that was a universal sign not to do that.
Man.
Girl, you got to check out
the new definition for hot sex.
That adrenaline rush, man. You don't feel it till after.
She said my back was tore up.
I'm hollering and everything.
Oh my God. All right, so now we got to now we have to what would say? Oh, I thought somebody said so. I want to know the worst sex story. Oh, I didn't mean to meet you. What's the worst that got? Because we talked about faking the orgasm. Was any of them reasons because it was just not that good? It was the worst,
God, yeah.
whatever.
Oh, I got one.
I used to have a girlfriend, and I swear, and not funny, but the thing about it is, later on in life, I had this buddy. I ain't gonna say the buddy's name because then people probably can put together who it is. But I had this buddy, and me and this person was thick as thieves. Well, I had sex with this one girl, and I was dating her. A couple years later, she ended up dating this person. This is after me and her was kind of like not close buddies anymore. And the things I used to say about her, she went out of her way to tell me. She said, "I just had to tell you that you were right." It was like having sex with a dead fish. Like she didn't move. Like it was just like, I don't know. It was the weirdest thing. And I'm like, but then she would always be like, "Oh yeah, I want to have." She always wanted to have sex, but then when we go have sex, she'd be like, "It's like, nah, I can't do this. I can't do this." It was the worst. When no one's giving, no one's,
Hello.
there's no affirmations or nothing, just
On the
nothing. So yeah,
podcast.
that was mine. Somebody's about to say one. You got one, Dr. Sue, or Tina? You got one.
Initially, I was going to say I
Oh, I
did
got
have
one.
one, but when I just had a flashback to college, and I guess I was not the nicest person then, but I was dating this guy who was dating a couple of other people, and it wasn't supposed to be that way. It was supposed to be a monogamous relationship, and he really pissed me off when I found out. And so we were at school at the university, and we spent a lot of time. We Black kids spent a lot of time hanging out in the union. And I had this one friend. His name was Javen. So Javen had this wicked sense of humor. And when my person, I'm not gonna call his name, but when my person pissed me off, I told Javen, I said, and he got a little pencil dick. Yeah, that was so not nice. So the guy walked in the union one day. He walked. We were playing bid whist. Look up. He walks in the door, and Javen hollers out, "Little Dick," and called his name. That was it's like I felt so bad afterwards, but that was my. I thought that was good payback at the time. Trying to be a 3-time in person.
With his little dick.
I'm a much better maid than I used to be. I would not do that, but at the time I was 19, 20. I told Javen, and Javen, everybody laughed. Everybody laughed. It was like you could see him just wanting the floor to open up so that he could go into it. That was probably my worst.
Poor thing. Oh goodness. Anybody else? Or anybody else have any? Never have I ever? We on the hour mark. Anybody?
You know what I have? I will. Look, I'm gonna say this. I had this guy, just awesome, just amazing guy, just a sweetheart. But when it came down to sex, it was not it. Um, this was like pandemic time, y'all. Like I had talked to him, and then pandemic came, and it was like, V, what you doing? You ain't gonna be able to do this because I'm gonna end up cheating. I already knew. I was gonna end up cheating, y'all. I'm telling you. And I told him, I said, before I leave you, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna let you know. But yes, we had those issues. He had some health issues, and I tried to work through that because I didn't know that you were diabetic. He was not. This is the thing. He didn't want to acknowledge the fact that he was diabetic. He said, "Oh well, the doctor said I need to take." No, Negro, you diabetic. You taking this medication, and that's why. And so I'm trying to hang in there with you, but then it was like, I can't do this. This boy would he be shaking, he be doing. I said, oh Lord, I can't do this. I couldn't do it. I told him, I said, look, I'm sorry. And he knew why. Now he tell everybody else he don't know why we stopped talking, why we stopped seeing each other. But it was because of that. Cause with us, I mean, sex, it ain't everything, but y'all, it is something.
It
And
is.
it's something. And my thing is, I already knew. I said, baby, you ain't, yeah, you wonderful. You can you do all this, you'll make sure I'm good, but you can't make sure I'm good in the bedroom. And I already know I'm gonna be cheating on you. And before I do that, I'm gonna leave you. So that's what I did. I left him.
That's the way it should be.
But now he to this day he's still in denial. He don't even understand. Because people had put it out there. Previous people that had been with him have put him out there. They know this is, and I didn't know that. But that's
If you
bad.
don't know, now you know.
Now you know. And you don't want to, again, that goes back to us not want to hurt people's feelings. We don't want to hurt their feelings. We don't want to crush your ego. We don't want to do those things because you good people. But we don't want to do you that way. But I had to do that. And it was like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to do this with you.
Yeah, I had a guy, amazing guy, husband material, everything. He just wasn't getting it. I mean, the mouth, penis, trash, both. It was a mess. It was a mess. And he was
You know,
like, and he was trying to figure out like, I'm a good man, I'm a good dude, and he was like, he was an amazing person. But I mean, I wish I could just slide something on somebody else and put it on you and put your tongue in your mouth or somebody else's mouth, and you would be perfect for me. Like I'll marry you tomorrow.
okay, so I got a question. I got a lesbian question because I ain't trying to have sex with no dudes, but I do have a question. Does size truly matter, or have y'all ever had sex with a guy who has a small penis or not so average penis, and it was still good?
Listen,
Size matters.
he was 3 inches, and it matters. It matters. He was 3 inches.
It matters.
If you
It
was
matters.
6.5 or 7, at least, with a curve, with extra, it'll work out.
But I have
But I would
like them 5 inches, and so you know, I told one thing you ain't never got to worry about is me and you doing no threesome with nobody else because she don't like them big and I don't like them small. So I can't deal with the 5 inches or it can't be skinny. It can't be skinny like a hot dog because I don't want to feel like somebody poking me. I don't want I don't want the door stopper. They be like, but it's thick. I don't care if it looking like a bomb pop. I can't do nothing with that. That's a door stopper. I can't do nothing with that. Like, what's the point of being stressed out if when you pull out, it's gonna fall out? You can't do that. It's got to be big.
that's crazy.
Just saying. Like,
But you know what? In actuality, size does matter. But then too, if the man is not well endowed, however, if he know how to work it, that's a different thing though. Let me say that. Cause I am a little older. You ain't gotta have a huge dingling. Cause I done told my sisters, you got a huge dingling, baby. All I can do is look at it. I'm gonna look at her. I'm gonna be like, okay, where is that going? It's not going in here. I'ma look at that thing and look because it look real nice. But it ain't going in there. It ain't. But
it's gonna
now
go. It's gonna go in here. It's gonna fit. And if it don't fit, I'm gonna make it fit.
it ain't gonna go in here, not in mine. But okay, hey, to each his own now. Cause we all know our limitations. So we know that. But I know I ain't no big one, baby. No.
Yeah, I don't like them too big. Like that ain't.
Just like I don't like my chicken, I don't like my meat, I don't like that too big.
I
I
don't like
can't
them
eat
like
it.
that.
I won't eat it.
I got a question for you, Tina.
My first husband was my first experience, and he ruined it for everybody. So I, I, he had nobody throwing something at me that's like a tic tac that you feed into a well. I can't do it. It ain't gonna happen.
So, Tina, is there a certain such a thing as too big?
Huh?
Is there such thing as too big for you?
I'm gonna try it. I don't care how big it is. I'm gonna try. I've had some pretty some pretty big ones. Like, I don't know, they're just attracted to my vagina, I guess. But I mean, so far I haven't. I guess that's how my body is just built that way.
I bet there's somebody out there right now that don't like nothing better than a pencil dick.
My best friend.
Each
My
to
best
their own. I think every girl has her
Yup,
own thing
exactly.
of what it comes to. But I think that most women, because you do have a size that you do kind of know, and so depending on your size, is the size matters.
Dion, you know I'm coming for you. Does it matter to you?
I ain't doing nothing with it, so it could be big, small. I don't care. I will say though, I've had some bottoms that I've been with, and they were very well endowed. It's something fun to play with, but I look at it, it's like, no, this is good for you. I'm not taking it, so
He said, "Good for you."
it's like an extra bonus, extra toy, you know.
Oh
I remember
man.
I once had the opportunity to notice how I'm saying this. I once had the opportunity to be with this guy, and he was so cute. He built like a black Adonis. And so he came to the house, and we were on the bed, and he starts to insert, and I look down. It's like, oh fuck no.
Too big.
Lordy Jesus, hanging down to his knee. Oh no. I said, and it was thick. And I said, because see, I was cheating on my I was cheating on my boyfriend, right? I said, oh no, he will definitely know. Because once you open that up, it is not going back.
It'll never be the same again.
I agree with V.
Stretched out, swollen, or both. One of the two or three.
That ain't happening.
In my mind, I said, once you open that up, it ain't gonna never go back to the right size. Plus, I won't even be able to walk. Somebody's gonna have to come and carry me around. No, So yeah, that ended real quick. He's like, no. He said,
Yeah, I had a guy when years and years ago. I went to go give a hand job, and my hand wouldn't wrap around, and I was just that no.
And I wonder, do people who have really, really big penises have trouble getting sex? Because
Yes,
it's just
he
they're
said this happens all. He told me that because I was just dying laughing. I mean, and we were
you laughed.
and I was just like, that is just not even freaking happening. And he told me that actually happens to him all the time. That girls look at him and everyone says, oh, they want this and stuff. He said, I got it. He said, but I can't ever give it.
yeah, that's what my friend said as well. I mean, when I tell you he was probably about 11, 12 inches, it's like, no, I don't know where you're going with that. I don't know where you're going with that, but you're not going here. You can get up and put your clothes back on because it is not happening. It is not happening. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever will that happen here. But
Right?
that's what he said, that he could get close, but he could never get there.
Yeah. Yeah. My friend, he was like, no, it just never happens. And then I found someone, and a friend of mine did, and I was just like, oh, you're just inside out. That's not even happening.
Yeah, that was my last experience with a male, with a man, having sex with a man. And he was just, I had sex with him, don't get me wrong, but it was just the last. I'm like, this ain't never happening again, because I just don't. First of all, I didn't really even want to have sex with him. I don't know how many lesbians go through this, but you try to convince yourself that you can have sex with a man just because you just want to see. You want to make sure before you completely be gay, you got to make sure that you don't like having sex with a man. I didn't take long, but the last person that I was with, he was really big, and I was just like, I know that, I know this gonna hurt. What is even the point? It don't feel good, and then on top of it, I got to go through pain. Nah, I'm good. And we ended up having sex, but like I didn't get off as I never have with a guy. And it was just like there was no, if I was having sex with a guy, there ain't no way I want to have sex with that penis on a consistent basis. No way. It was too big. Too much. It hurt.
I will say this. I have family members and friends and stuff that are in the porn industry, and we've had those conversations too. And they talk about that. You know, some of them have told me that they do like to do the porn because they can find easier people that can take it, that are used to it because they've been in the industry for a while, and it is what it is. But out here in the regular world, outside of porn, I do hear the stories a lot of times when people are well endowed that they do have those issues. You know, be it with males, females, males, male, all that good stuff. And I just thank God that I have an average size because I can handle it and do what I need to do without any complaints. But yeah, I had a friend of mine too that he's passed on now, but he had like 11 and a half, and me and him used to talk about a lot of stuff. And you know, it was big, it was thick, it was long, it was all that. And you know, he told me the horror stories of, you know, most of the times he could only get half of it in. It just, sex wasn't good to him because he couldn't really give all or get all, you know. And you know, I think that's a horrible life to have. Where you have something and you want to make love to someone and you can't because they can't take you.
Oh, that's sad.
It is.
That just made that's. I'm like, oh my God. Could you imagine like being like when you were talking, you know, earlier on this side of it, we're not being pleased and like, yeah, I would leave because I would leave. But just imagine being the one who's really trying to please, and nothing that they do is like working. That makes me sad.
There's always
That's
two
my
sides
boy.
to the
Yeah,
dick.
I'm like,
Big
I didn't
to
really look at it
small.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
I
felt
still
bad
wouldn't
for my
say.
friend. I felt bad for him because it's like to be so close and then to be cut off like that. But I it's like, no, you're not doing it here. And so he and I were having the conversation afterwards. Is, you know, so often women, I don't know about men, but women are saying that they want a big one, but then when you get the big one, it's like, no, I ain't mean that, not that big, right? And so that's what he was saying, that he often encountered that. And then when he was ready to insert it, or when even that, or you know, you start taking your clothes off and you got the light on and you're seeing what you're seeing, and women are saying, no, and like my another friend, and I didn't know it until afterwards, but another friend, he had tried to go with her, and she had said, no, everybody will know because I won't even be able to walk. So I feel bad. I felt bad for him, but not bad enough to go
I
there.
second that, Dr. Sue. I felt bad too, but not bad enough.
Yeah, no.
But I ran into that with men that are well endowed, and then they get to me and they'll be like, I'm gonna just give you half, okay? And I'll be like, why? I'll be like, drop the thing in there. They be like, what? I said, because they can't even enjoy it. Like, how can you can't even enjoy, you can't even get it like in there. I would say there's only been one time where I had a guy that it was, yeah, kind of like Dr. Sue was saying, like it's a third leg down there, right? Like, but that was one. I never knew it was a choice to say, I never knew it was a choice to say, oh, that's too big, don't put that in there. I never knew that. So I guess for me, now the one thing that does matter, I will say this because somebody else said it, I don't care what the size is, they do have to have the motion of the ocean, because if it's big and you don't know how to use it, it doesn't matter. You know, I don't care if it is small. I've been with some guys that are smaller than what I would like, and they definitely can move and groove. Can I climax? Yeah, but I told somebody this once before, and they said they didn't understand it. They said, but you orgasm. I said, it don't matter if I orgasm, it wasn't good to me because I couldn't feel you in there. Because once you get to a point where I'm super wet, I can't feel nothing. I can't feel nothing. So I need something that I can still feel once I get wet. So I don't care how much they moving and grooving and rolling that thing. It doesn't matter. But a climax to me is different from an orgasm or a multi-orgasm. I don't know. I just
I
I
would
got
say it's different too. There's different levels to it. It's definitely different levels to it. Because just because you getting off doesn't really mean you necessarily pleased. Because you
that.
know, you know what I mean.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I mean, enough rhythm in one place, you're gonna come. You're gonna come. You know, it just is what it is.
Yeah, it has to be an adventure, like outside of the bed. You know, get off the bed, get off of there, because you know you can't just have sex on the bed all the time. It's a whole bit different. You got to get on the chair, you got to get on the dresser, you got to get
Get
on the
out the
TV.
house. Get out of the house.
I mean, goodness, make it fun.
I
If
completely.
you got a small penis or whatever, you know, you got to have some other creations going on with it.
You gotta have some other resources.
Yeah, put that toe up in there. Yeah.
I will say that too. I know I've had many different like dialogues with many different people, and I've always said that there is an art to good sex, and a lot of people don't understand. It's not just sticking it in. It's not, you know, it starts before you even get to that point. And like even with the guys, you know, it's just like you hear all this other stuff of what they want and stuff, but you know, there is an art to topping, there is an art to bottoming, there is an art to kissing, there's an art to all the different pieces. And if you're not going to master it, my philosophy is just don't do it. Get out of here. Like you're wasting time. Like if you're looking for an experience, I'll put it that way. If you're looking to have a great experience, there's an art to it. If you just want to have sex, that's something totally different. If you're just looking for a nut, if you're just looking to climax, all that. So this, for me, it is a difference between like an orgasm and just a climax. It's like she said, it's levels to it, and depending on what you're looking for, you know, you got to find the right person to do it. So with that, you know, size sometimes matter, but it doesn't always. Because I've heard that, you know, sometimes people just want the average. That's what they're looking for. It's not the small, it's not the big, it's the average. And I don't know. I mean,
I'm Goldilocks. I want the one that fits just right.
That's right. There you go. There you go. So you got to find what that is for you, because everyone's different. You know, average for you might, like you said, might be 6, and the other average might be 8. You know, for Tina, it's a little bit bigger. So I mean, every average, you got, again, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. You got to learn your body. You got to understand what pleases you. And in addition, for me, I got to learn how I can please other people, because I can't do the same thing with everyone that I'm with. You know, so for me, it's that conversation piece. We're talking like, what do you like? You know, let's have some fun and let's learn. Let's grow together. Let's experience. Let's explore, and we'll figure it out.
I'm gonna add
on
to Dion, you know, of the communication, guys. This is also an aspect of what a healthy relationship is, though. Let's talk about situationships, and you know, and especially like for myself, like I'm in the first like healthy relationship I think I've ever actually really been in, and we have had these conversations from the beginning. So many people, I mean, look at even marriages. I mean, people have been married for 20 years, and it's like, do you even know that like go-to spot for your partner? Do people have these conversations? And we need to be having, you know, sex conversations, healthy sex conversations, and you know, and opening this up. And it's not a spread of, oh, like you know, and I've had someone tell like, oh, you're just about everyone just screwing it. No, it's not. It's the reality of it is we are sexual creatures. We are animals. We have these sexual desires. So confront them, talk about them, get to know your body so that you can get to know another person's body, so that we can enjoy and have all those levels of experience, whatever it wants to be. If you want to have the 3, if it's the one person, or, you know, whatever it is, whatever your cup of tea is. But do you really know what your cup of tea is if you don't even know what satisfies you? And be able to communicate what satisfies you.
Agreed.
It starts with communication too, because you cannot have sex with somebody and you don't have communication. That's how it starts.
Do it all the time.
If a guy is not communicating, we chilling with each other, he's not going in deep a little bit, then it's gonna turn me off, and I'm not gonna have sex with him.
But that's the thing, though. A lot of guys are not gonna do that.
No,
guys are not gonna be open nowadays. They are so they don't do it. Even at our age, even at my age, I'm 50. How old am I, sis? 51. Okay, so these jokers don't even talk about it. They ain't gonna be open and say, okay, look, boo, this is what I like. Or they don't do that. They don't do it.
Mm-mm.
Do you ask and they don't answer, or
Well, you know
you?
what? That's the thing too. Let me say this. Coming from a southern roots, there have been things that we just didn't say, didn't do. And so I'm just really, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just getting into the prime myself, just understanding my body and what I like, what I don't want, this, that, and the third. Well, I don't automatically say what it is that I want, but I'm coming into that. And me talking to my younger sister, just talking to her and listening to her saying, look, this is what I'm saying to these jokers. She putting it out there. Whereas I'm taught a lot of this stuff you had to keep hid. You couldn't say all of these things, right? Because it wasn't right. It wasn't acceptable.
I did this experiment when I was in my 20s where I went around, I wasn't having sex with all of them, but I was doing my own little questionnaires and I was asking men what it is that they like. Hi. And I was asking them what they like. And each one of them will say, shoot, whatever you want to do. It was like the man was just so grateful just to even think that he would have an opportunity to have sex, that he just like whatever it is you want to do. And I'm like, okay, well, no. Well, all right. If you can't tell me what you want, because I want you to tell me what it is that you like, you know. And I started learning through asking that a high percentage of the men said nobody has ever asked me that. And it's really sad. Uh-oh, you okay, Coco? It's really sad because as women, we expect men to know what to do, how to satisfy us. Meanwhile, they're just sitting there glad that they getting crackers and crumbs, you know. So any man that I've ever been with, if he didn't tell me what he wanted, uh, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do anything until he told me.
Mm-hmm.
And I could tell the difference in the energy and the vibe of some of the men that they're like open to whatever it is I want to do. That's different. But if you just don't know how to speak up, I can't fool with you. Because guess what? I'm surely gonna let you know what it is I like and I don't like. Otherwise, you're gonna get that tap. And I call it the tap. I'll be like, it's okay. Just and if I tap you, that's it. It's over.
That's like the equivalent of bless your heart.
Exactly that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree because it's just, again, we talked about society earlier. You know how we get programmed, and how men supposed to act, how women supposed to act, how you're not, so who you're supposed to love, who you ain't supposed to love, and it's just a whole bunch of rewiring, unlearning, and whatever. I want to say, hey Michelle, hey Raymel. I didn't know y'all was over there just now, and I clicked on. I'm like, what comments over here? I thought maybe somebody was sitting trying to tell me something. So yeah. Anybody else got anything else they want to say before we jump off of here?
No.
Thank you, Megan. If you got to jump off, I get it.
Can I say this? I truly enjoyed this. Hey, I think as women, and men as well, that we need to be able to embrace our sexuality, and it is what it is. And we're old enough where we can say it and speak it. And so, hey, let's do that. So I thank y'all.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And thank you for inviting us, CC.
You're welcome.
And Tina invited CC. See how this works? See how the grove is growing?
Yeah, I might got somebody else to invite.
Hey, come on. We're gonna be 100 deep soon.
Absolutely. I got some people that want to join. So if y'all are open, I don't know. Is this gonna be like can we have guys to join that can
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
we
bring them
had
on.
some
Don't let me be
people
the only one all
listening.
the time.
okay?
Yeah. If you're right, Dion. Oh yeah, we got, and I got a lot of people lined up.
I would love for us to have, just differences of opinions and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
yes, I got some people that want to join. Absolutely.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Well, we're gonna have to come up with a doozy for next week. Then we may have to switch to, and that'll be perfect. Because I was just saying, I felt like we were moving towards a YouTube space. Michelle and Raymel both are watching on YouTube, so the viewers that we have are all on YouTube right now. Because if we join via Zoom, we can have as many people on the screen. With StreamYard, I can only have 6 people at a time. So we'll next week. Let's say be expecting something a little different, and we'll come up with probably go back to the old structure where we pick the topic, spin the thing, start the conversation, and then do a round robin. That way, because the more people, the more structure we're gonna need, and I want it to be unlimited. So y'all already know I'll moderate the hell out of a show. You already know I'm ready. Okay, this is where I thrive. So I look forward to the screen growing and expanding, and more faces, more energy, more conversation, more dialogue, more perspectives. That's what it's all about, and that's why I think a lot of relationships that we have, or that we're seeking, or that we're releasing, would be a lot easier the more we have conversations like this. So thank you all for the time that you spend to come on here and talk about these things, because it's not easy. There was a couple things, and I'm sure maybe throughout the conversation, maybe y'all have had it too, where I went to say something and I kind of like catch myself like, oh, I don't know. I feel like this might be big. I don't know if I'm ready to say that yet. Oh, so I look forward to week after week us getting more and more comfortable and more free with what we're talking about, because I know I'm ready. I'm ready. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you again. We're gonna be back next week, same time.
Bye.
7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific time. And we do hope that we see you again next week. Bye bye.
Bye, y'all.